If your discovery calls feel a little awkward, maybe even a little desperate, like you're trying to impress, convince, and pass some sort of "are you good enough" test, well, that is exactly why you are not landing the type of clients you want. It's likely not because of your portfolio or your skills or your talent or even your pricing. It is because of your energy. Ugh, brutal, right? But stick with me because I'm gonna show you the simplest tweak that you can make to make your clients chase you down after discovery calls. Because here's the biggest secret that most freelancers absolutely never figure out. The best clients, those high-paying ones that don't micromanage every little thing you do and actually trust you to do your job. Yeah, they aren't hiring freelancers who give off pick me energy. They hire freelancers who exude confidence, even, and this is key, even if they don't have all the answers, because newsflash, no one has all the answers. So stop waiting to feel like an expert to act like a boss and pay close attention to this video because today I'm going to show you how you can instantly shift the power dynamic on your sales calls or discovery calls so potential clients feel almost compelled to hire you. I'm also going to give you 5 one-liners to make you sound more confident and trustworthy on those calls, even if you don't really feel that confident yet. And hey, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Alex, an award-winning copywriter, expert marketer, and founder of the Copy Posse, where I teach over 400,000 rad humans on the internet how to make more money with better messaging. So if you have not already, don't wait, hit subscribe below to get more videos like this to help you build a life and business you love. All right, now here's what most freelancers do on calls with potential clients, and tell me if any of these sound familiar to you or maybe something that you might say. You might say something like, "Sure, I can do that. Absolutely, no problem." So what happens next? Yeah, you might not have heard it, but I hate to tell you this, it is giving major pick me energy. If you want to easily close clients on sales calls, you need to demonstrate confidence and leadership. The sales conversation that you have with future clients isn't about you getting the client. I know, right? It's actually about you leading the client. Now listen, a big old disclaimer here. I am not saying that you should fake it till you make it or pretend like you're an expert when you're absolutely not. You do not have to lie or have this false sense of bravado to create a sense of confidence and safety. The truth is, the secret to landing clients on your sales calls has really nothing to do with what you say and everything to do with how you make your clients feel. And all it takes is one psychological shift that, by the way, you have complete control over, even if you are just getting started, to make those clients say yes. Are you ready for it? Okay, so here it is. Before you hop on any client call, discovery call, sales call, or hey, even a job interview, shift your mindset from "I need you" to "I got you." Can you feel the difference? One has desperate energy and the other one has confident energy. One person is auditioning and the other person is leading. Your mindset going into any call needs to be, "I am here to lead, I am here to guide, I am here to help them make a radically aligned decision, whether that's working with me or someone else." And yes, I know that's kind of a scary thought, right? Especially if you do really want or even need that client to pick you. But when you really make them feel like, "Hey, I am genuinely here to help you one way or another, no strings attached. I'm gonna listen to what you need. I'm gonna tell you what I think is best," your client's nervous system instantly relaxes. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, okay, I'm in good hands and I trust them." Now, here is the coolest thing about this. All of this is completely subconscious and psychological. Even if your words don't change, right? You may be answering, their questions the same way. You might be giving them the same information, offering the same packages. But when you come from a place of "I got you" versus "I need you," something really cool happens. The client starts to think to themselves, "Dang, this person really knows their shit. I wonder if they'll want to work with me." And that shift is absolutely everything when it comes to landing clients. And let's be honest, in any relational dynamic. So now let's talk about some practical ways you can do this. How can you actually shift into this dynamic, even if you are feeling like a little bit nervous or lacking confidence in the moment? I have been there so many times. Because listen, it's one thing for me to say, stop coming across as desperate, right? You're like, okay, yes, help. But it's another thing to be actually prepared with powerful one-liners that you can use on your next discovery call to instantly shift that power dynamic, especially if you feel yourself kind of losing it throughout the call, right? And I will explain each one of these one-liners now and how and why they work. So the first one is, this is how I typically lead discovery calls. Now, I really love this one because it gives off such boss energy. Like, this isn't my first rodeo. I have been there. I have done that. I have done this so many times that I now have a repeatable process for it. So when you say this at the beginning of a call, right, after a few pleasantries and getting to know each other, you are signaling that you are the one leading this call. You have a process that you're going to walk them through, some questions that you want to ask them, and they immediately relax, right? Because they feel like, okay, you got them. Trust starts to build instantly, and they already feel like, okay, you know what you're doing. Now, this is really important. I would only use this one-liner if it is in fact a discovery call or a sales call and not a job interview. Because in a job interview dynamic, you can still show up with that I got you energy, but you might not use this exact line because in interviews, usually they're the ones leading the interview, right? So a really good rule of thumb here, if you're hosting the call, like on your Zoom account, it's typically a discovery or a sales call. If it's on their Zoom account, it might be more of an interview. And here's another pro tip. If you are hosting the call, I highly recommend that you always ask your client for permission to record the call. You can say something like, I'm not going to share this anywhere. It's really just for me to be able to refer back to. And then that way you can go back over the call later and avoid the distraction of like frantically taking notes during the call. However, there is absolutely nothing wrong with saying, great, taking a few notes and saying, I'm just taking a few notes here while you're listening and paying attention, which I think really helps show them that you are in fact listening and paying attention. Okay, the next one-liner. So tell me what you want to accomplish. Or you can say, what are you hoping to achieve? Or what would make this a total home run for you? The goal here is to get an idea of their goals, their expectations, and their challenges right now. So after this question, you should have a pretty good idea of what they're struggling with and why they are in fact talking to you right now and where they need your support. And now this is really important, okay? Before you get all excited and talk about all the things you can do to solve their problems and throwing strategies their way and trying to impress them, I always recommend you go a little bit deeper to try to get more detail from them. Remember, the goal of this call is to build an emotional connection. People do not buy logically, they buy emotionally. So if you can get this client to open up, right? This isn't therapy, but if you can get them to really open up on a deeper level, you will get them 1,000 times closer to saying yes, no matter how much experience you have. So they might tell you that they need to hire a copywriter to say, help them write a sales page and maybe an email campaign. And okay, that is the task, right? That's why they're here. But it's not the underlying emotional reason they really do need you. So you might say, what are you hoping to accomplish with this campaign? What are the results that you've had in the past that you liked or didn't like? Have you ever hired a copywriter like this before? What worked? What didn't? Continue asking clarifying questions and really digging until you get to the bottom of the real problem and why they really need your help. And most importantly, to uncover their expectations of this working relationship. Because having someone write, 6 emails, let's say, is not really what they need or why they need it, right? They want to be able to maybe hand tasks off and not have to micromanage deadlines. They want someone who understands copywriting and marketing and storytelling, who writes in their voice and builds trust with their audience without them having to think about it or do much at all. Really, that is the real reason someone hires a copywriter. So get to the bottom of it. What do they want and what do they really, really want? And then you want to move on to this next question, this one-liner, so important. Where do you feel like you've missed the mark? This is such a powerful question because you're listening to what they want. They're telling you what they want, but now you're going to ask another question to get an idea of what type of client they are. So this is really important for your benefit because they are either going to go into blame mode, blaming other people or circumstances about why they haven't gotten the results they've wanted in the past, or they're going to go into problem solving mode and they might say something like, you know, I just don't know if the offer is strong enough, or maybe I'm making mistakes, or I haven't really wanted to invest the money to hire an expert or a copywriter yet, but I'm really realizing I need to. Bingo, you want a problem-solving client. That question tells you a lot. Now, you don't have to do anything with this information here, right? Your job is not to validate them or to make them feel better about themselves or offer a solution right there on the call, right? Your job is to simply show them that you understand the problem that they really need help solving. And the best way to do that is to actually articulate back to them exactly how you can help using their own language. 90% of sales is simply listening and then restating what your client says. So you might say something like, okay, so here's what I'm hearing you say. You've done this, here's what's not worked, here's where you need support. That way you're reflecting back at them what you just heard and they're going, yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, yes, that is what I need. And then you can ask them this one-liner: what will happen if you don't figure this out? Now, this one question flips everything. I love it because now the client is going to actually verbalize to you the urgency of the situation and how quickly they want it solved, right? How much of a priority is this for them? You don't have to convince them to hire you because they're going to tell you themselves why it is so important to move forward and why they need support right now. And now you know the real reason they want to hire you and the opportunity cost if they don't. So they might say something like, I'm just so tired of spinning my wheels. I'm tired of putting so many hours into the copy and it's just not getting the results that I want, or I'm afraid that I'm losing customers or my audience, isn't paying attention to my messaging and I really need support with this because I need to be able to rock my next launch or promotion. So I will say it again, right? They are not hiring you because they want 6 emails. Yes, they want 6 emails, but that is the deliverable. That is not why they're hiring you. They're hiring you to avoid a future headache or a challenge, and they know that you can fill that gap. And once you have a good understanding of where they are in their business, what they want, why they want it, and what will happen if they don't pay attention to solving this problem right now, you have everything you need to close the sale right there on the call, which leads me to the last one-liner that will really help you bring it home on your sales calls. If we decide to move forward, here's what the next steps will be. So there are 2 really subtle power shifts happening here. The first one is that you are saying we, right? If we decide, you're indicating that this is a mutual decision. It has to be a fit for both you and for your client. And this instantly makes you seem more valuable because you're not just like, yeah, when can we get started? And second, you are once again taking charge of the call and leading the process. You want to keep this process as easy and seamless as possible for your clients. So at the end of the call, you can let them know that you will follow up with a step-by-step action plan based on everything they need right now and everything you heard on the call. And when you tell them that you will follow up, you're giving them one less thing to worry about, right? One more reason to trust you. They just simply get off the call and they wait for you to take the lead. So you can simply say something like, great, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure talking to you and getting to know more about your business. I'll be sending you a follow-up email today with next steps and how I think I'll be able to support you. And this is key. Follow up the same day via email as quickly as you can after the call. Thank them for their time. Let them know that you are excited to work with them and help them achieve their goals. Now, this is where your call recording will really come in handy, right? You can re-listen to it on like 2x speed. You can even upload it to Claude or ChatGPT and have it summarize the key takeaways and what the client actually wants. This is such a great use case for AI. Just make sure you have all of your public share settings turned off in your ChatGPT or Claude account, so everything you upload is kept 100% private. That's just for client confidentiality and making sure you really are just keeping it within your own ChatGPT or Claude account. And then with that, you can map out the project scope and the deliverables, making sure to list them out individually, include the specifics they asked for, and use their own words to let them know that you were really listening when they spoke and that you are 100% on the same page and ready to get started. Showcasing a deep understanding of their business and their needs is the single most important thing that you can do to get that yes. So I know it's tempting to have like a templated, offer email that you send. The more time you spend personalizing this, the better results you're going to have. Now, let me say just one more really important thing. These one-liners that I shared with you give you structure and they give you predictability, which of course will naturally help you appear more confident on your sales calls. But real confidence comes from repetition, practice, and operating from a place of authenticity and alignment alignment. At the end of the day, you have got to do what works for you, and different methods work for different people. And honestly, it is entirely based on your unique personality and client getting style. If you are constantly chasing clients in ways that doesn't feel good, or cold pitching when you hate cold pitching, or posting content on social media, even though you hate posting content on social media, or desperately DMing people hoping that something sticks and it's not working, I mean, is that really a surprise, right? Like I hear this all the time, like it's not working. I'm like, do you enjoy the process? No, I hate it. Well, people can feel that misalignment. When you are using a client finding method that actually matches how you're wired, confidence comes just so much more naturally. Of course, it still might feel awkward because it is hard putting yourself out there, but if you want to find the best way to find clients based on your personality and strengths, I actually created this really cool free quiz that will tell you exactly that. In just 30 seconds, it'll show you how you're naturally designed to find clients based on your personality. And you'll get practical tips and a personalized action plan that you can implement immediately to find your next client. So you can stop chasing and start leading and walk into every discovery call with that calm, I got you energy. So you can take the quiz by scanning this QR code or by clicking the link in the description box below. And if this video helped you in any way, go ahead and comment I got you below so that I know you are shifting into that power dynamic this week. I will see you next week with a brand new video. Until then, I'm Alex. Ciao for now. Before you go, if you like that video, make sure to check out this one next. Are you an introvert, an extrovert, an ambivert? What about cold emailing, networking, online job applications? There is so much advice out there on the best way to find clients, but the truth is, it is all useless until you figure out